While you're waiting, you're more than welcome to ask any questions that you might have about our study. So we're going to get started in just a moment, and I have some exciting new things to share with you in just a moment. All right, we're getting everything set up for you. We're going live to our YouTube channel so that we can share this information with as many people as possible. And thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for being part of our community. And we're going to start our presentation. And I'd love it if you have any questions about the study. We have a new form for you that I think you're going to love. It's a new questionnaire form, just a little bit different. It automatically sums all the information. So how do you like that? We're going to be able to add up all of those great scores, and we're going to do it automatically. So we're going to get all of this nice and shiny and ready. But I'd love your questions. If you have questions about being part of the study, and we have had an amazing response, and we might have to close the study because we have so many people who have gotten their registration form, their intake form, they've sent it to us, and we have so many people now who are ready to do that study. We might have to close it. So if you're still thinking about it, you got to jump on it, get your forms and all of your paperwork in. So I'm going to get some information ready for you as well. So ask your questions and we are going to get started. I just got to get all of our links here for you. So let me see if I can get all of those set up for you. A warm welcome, everybody. Keep your questions coming. Your questions are really helpful. And like I said, we're going to get started here. We're going to talk about our 8-week research program, an opportunity for you to participate in groundbreaking research that is going to be shared with our greater community. We're going to talk all about the study, all the different details, what age ranges participated, what people experienced, what areas they improved in the most. So it's very, very exciting. Okay, we have new instructions for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the new instructions. So I'm going to answer all of your questions, new instructions. If you signed up before, you would have received this the other day. So I'm going to show you how to sign up and get registered. So these are some new instructions about what to do each and every day. We're going to talk about those. And let's see if I can download that quickly. So you may want to pick that up and then you can download it. Well, I'm going to download it right now. So these are some new instructions. We're going to talk all about it because people had very good questions last time. And so that helped us to kind of perfect this information. All right, we've got that. And then we've got this cool new questionnaire. And what it does is it actually will add your score up for you within the document. So have to really thank my assistant. She did an amazing job getting this all done. And so now we're going to have this so you can see this and we'll talk about that and we'll give the link to it. So you're going to receive this every week anyway. So I'm going to tell you how to fill this out. All right. And then we also have, oh, I know what you're talking about. I know, Mary, while you're talking about that. I know I have to talk to my assistant about that. You may have signed up on the form and I know exactly why that's happening. So don't worry, we'll get you included. That's because we had a different tag applied to the form. Now you can sign up on this form and I will correct this. I have assumed that's the way Mary signed up. So you can still sign up here and we'll definitely get that tag corrected because we'd love to have you participate, but so you can still sign up there, but we may have to close the study. So sign up soon. And I know we just need to change the tag that's applied to your account because we did tag number 1 and then we did tag number 2. And so you should have already gotten some emails along the way. And if you didn't, I'm going to make sure that you do. So I'll talk about that. Many of you have already received an email, and in the email, it has all the forms, the intake form. And so, I mean, if you didn't get the form, you can just send me a message, Ariel@geniusbiofeedback.com. If you didn't receive an email, everyone who wants to participate in this should actually have already received an email. Let me make sure this is recorded. Welcome to our 8-week research program introduction. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're going to be doing, and then we're going to be taking your questions. If you already attended this, it's not a bad thing because we're going to go through a lot of the details, and we do have a new form So be sure to ask your questions. Let's go ahead and just see what some of your questions are. All right. Ronald, warm welcome. Cecilia, thank you. Mary, glad you're here. And David says he's from the Telford, UK. So cool. Where can I find the forms? Will we get an email to fill out the forms and questionnaire? Go ahead and just Ronald and everybody who's asking, just complete this form below that says you can still sign up here, and you scroll down to the bottom of that page and go ahead and complete that form down at the bottom. Betsy says, I'm excited that you're doing this. You know what? It's time, Betsy, you've been in our community for a while. We really need to get some research down, and self-answering questionnaire, people who answer questionnaires, it's a great way to find out how people are doing. So thank you, and thanks for being here. So in our 8-week research project, if you'd like to become a part of this, it's very, very simple. Fill out that form. That's the last link that I just put into the chat. If you didn't receive it or you can't find it, you can always email me, ariel@geniusbiofeedback.com. And then what we're going to do is every single person, you can do everything else that you usually do. You do yoga, you run, you're sedentary, you're couch potato, you eat this type of food. None of that matters. What really matters is that you do the same process every day. So we're asking everybody to do one process on their Genius each and every day, and the same process, which we're going to describe. We have a document for that. And then one time per week, and we've already had a lot of people send in their beginner questionnaires with their symptoms, and we've documented it on a spreadsheet. We've put your name into a folder. We're keeping all of the records, recording it all on spreadsheets, and we're going to document it over the next 8 weeks. We are going to ask you to do another questionnaire just right at the beginning, just so we have a little bit of wiggle room with which document we use. And then we're going to ask you to do one over the 8 weeks and then at the very end. And then we're going to compare where you started to where you ended. So pretty simple. And they're self-reporting questionnaires. And we'll look at the questionnaire. It looks something like this. And it works based on severity. You'll be sent this questionnaire in an email every week. And if you can't find it, there'll actually be a learning portal that you'll have access to. And you can take this questionnaire and you can put it into your own practice. So you are welcome to take this as it is. You're welcome to take it and have somebody upload it in Adobe and rebrand it, or do anything that you want. We want people to use these questionnaires because biofeedback, quantum biofeedback, is not really given to reporting good before and after data. It's better if we can get it from the client, if they're willing to give us some information, and then we can track their symptoms over time. We can look at their symptoms and say, wow, did you know that your back pain started with a 5 out of 5? And since you've been working with me, it's now a 1 out of 5. And they can look at that and they go, oh my goodness, I didn't even remember that I had back pain. It's like I never had it. I didn't even realize that it went away. And so we want to help people to realize that they are improving and getting better. So we're going to have you complete this. We're going to do the whole group. We're going to come up with some averages, some statistics, and then we'll share our results so that people can see what happened over the 8 weeks. All right. And so let's look at some of these documents to help you. So this is the complete form. All right. This is the complete form. And maybe I'll just do this to make it easier for you to focus on this. Oops. All right. Do it that way. Take this down. Oh my goodness. All right. So we'll do this. Okay. So in this form, so you can see the full form now, something we're going to tell everybody in the group is don't put an X in here. We want to put an actual number. So we're going to put like a 3 or a 1. And the way that she designed this is it's hopefully going to add everybody's score up. So let's see if it's a 3. Oh, I put a 3 in the wrong box. That should be a 1. So if it's the 3, then you put a 3. If it's a 1, you put a 1. Oh, I don't know why it's not summing it up, but we can always correct that. But for now, even if we have to add it for you, you just add everything up and still not summing it up. Nothing's perfect. Okay, so then what we're going to do is have you send this in, and then we will add it up, or you add it up. The really important thing is that please put your name and date on top of every questionnaire that you send. What you basically do is you download it, and then you fill it in because it's fillable, and then you save it, with your name. It's good to save it with your full name and the date. So Ariel Policano, June 29th. I would send this back, then the file name tells it all about what day we were completing this on. Now, the other thing that I wanted to really talk about is the instructions. So we've really made them more specific. Okay, and so this form, everybody gets this form, and you might want to just hang this in your office or put on your fridge, and that way you know exactly what your daily process is. All right. Shouldn't there be a 0 column in the questionnaire, since not all the afflictions listed apply to everyone? Okay, so the 1 is actually right here. 1, I experience it infrequently or very mildly. So it'll just be a 1 to 5 designation. But thank you for your question. I appreciate it. Okay, so I can run Rife or myself. And do we have to fill out every section? So if you don't experience it at all, you can just leave it. You can leave it blank for now, the way that we've set this up. And that's what most people are doing. But we do want you to make sure that you do go through every single question to answer. Can I run Rife frequencies on myself? Do we have to fill in? You do have to fill in every section. So you do have to fill in every section. So yeah, you do have to fill in each section. All right, can I run Rife frequencies on myself? Yes, you can run Rife frequencies. You can do any other technology that you want. We just really can't account for everything. We're trying to have one way that we can have everybody have something equal. So we would like it if you answer every question. If you just don't experience it at all, then I suppose you could leave it blank or put a 1. This is not a perfect science. We're trying to do the best that we can. We're not professionals at this, so we are figuring it out along the way. And we will, we did have some great questions last time when people were here. And so we've actually amended this based on the great questions that people asked last time. Welcome to your Genius Biofeedback Research Project. This is the daily process and how to do it. For the next 8 weeks, you'll do this balancing process only and without any other frequencies for the purpose of the study. Genius frequencies. Okay, we're going to do the best we can. Okay. It's like we're going to try to make it as even as we can, because we just want to think about how we want to explain it to other people. We want to tell other people who are interested in the genius that a group of people did this for 8 weeks, and this is what they experienced, and this is what they ran. That way, really, somebody who's new to this community could come in and say, well, I could do that. I could run these frequencies, the reds and blues, and then I could have an experience like they did. I could have improvement like they did. So that's where we're going with this. Each week, you will receive an email requesting that you complete the symptom progress questionnaire. Please check your inbox every week to see your questionnaire. If you do not find the email, you can download the questionnaire by logging into the learning portal at geniusbiofeedbacktraining.com and access the module for the Genius Biofeedback Learning Portal. So you'll all get access to the portal, so you can always log in, find the instructions, find the questionnaire. Follow this exact process daily. You can do so. You can do your process at any time of the day. So no time of the day is specific to this. We just want you to do it one time. You may want to schedule it for the same time each day so that's part of your routine. And thank you for being part of the study. So you record your voice and picture. Skip the energetic entrainment. Really, we don't care. Either way, we're just trying to get everybody on the same page, and we're trying to do this for speed. So for simplicity, we just said to skip it. It just sort of we want this to be as quick for you as possible during your morning or your evening. Select the red and blue items for each of the panels. Today's stress, body systems, organs, glands, spinal energy, meridians, solfeggio tones, digestion, and Bach flower essences. From the system overview, move to progressive insights after gathering these up in the main hold tray. Tap begin analysis in progressive insights. Select all. So in this case, we're actually going to balance all of the items because there aren't that many. So then set the timer to 15 minutes. Check your frequency, shape, and form for these settings. Again, if these are not the settings or you skip off to other settings, I'm not that worried. But for those people who wanted to be very specific and they really wanted to do it in a certain way, we came up with these. Use the default tone generator, use the wave power intensity as the default, use the ambient soundscapes. We just chose one, chimes and bells. Use the binaural beats, inner bliss and harmony. The alternating waveform. Run the frequencies for 15 minutes. We said, if possible, listen to the tones through headphones, but you don't have to. And then let this process be the one balancing you do each day. You know, this is a bit of a marathon. So we're asking you to go out for 8 weeks. So we want you to be able to go in, set this up quickly, hit the play button. You can brush your teeth, you can do meditation, you can do yoga, anything else that you want to, or you could listen through headphones to get a more direct experience. But that's all that we're asking of you for the daily process. Okay, and we'll definitely take your questions on that. So now I apologize, the daily process was a little bit different on this slide. You should go with the instructions that we sent to you. So just go, I know that slide is a little different, just go with the instructions that we actually sent out to you so it won't be confusing. There's more than enough panels on that sheet. We want everybody to have the same information. Each person who completes the, goes from the first day to the 8 weeks and completes the very last questionnaire, everybody will get a really cool library. It has a lot of frequencies in it. It's a total body systems harmonizing. We've never done this library before, so it's a brand new to the whole community. It's going to have right frequencies, radionic rates, Grabovoi numbers. It's going to address a lot of different body systems, organs, glands. It's a great library. You'll really like it. So it's something that you could just put on quick balance, and then you could just balance yourself and be done for the day. I think you'll really like it. We'll be doing some giveaways. So everybody who completes this, we're going to do a drawing to thank you. We're going to give away an Apple iPad Generation 9. We're going to give away 2 Remedy plates. We're going to give away 2 terahertz units. We're going to give away hologram wristbands. We'll probably have some other prizes. Basically, we want to say thank you. Think that was really cool that you were part of our community and decided to participate in this. So it's coming up really, really soon, you guys. So if you want to do this, you got to get on it. And like I said, we've had such an amazing response. We may need to close off the study, so you want to get your information in immediately. If you don't know what to do and you're confused, you can just send me a message, Ariel@geniusbiofeedback.com, so we can get you on starting off on the right foot. It begins on Monday, July 3rd, so we can get you all set up in time, no problem. You're going to receive weekly emails to complete your quiz, or really your questionnaire. We'll be here for your questions and to provide support. You can already see that myself and my assistant, we've been responding to those of you who have started, and we're off to a great start. Actually, the people who have started, they did everything correctly. They did their intake form, they did their questionnaire, and we've got all their information documented. So we're kind of ready to roll. All right, so we'll go ahead and just look at this questionnaire and take some of your questions. Okay, sometimes I don't run myself even for a couple of weeks, and the questionnaire only gives the option for 1 to 3 times a week. Okay, don't worry about the intake questionnaire. What you could do is, if the minimum is 1 to 2 times a week, then just choose that. It's not that important. It's just some demographics we were looking for just to learn more about our community. To clarify on the form, if I have minimal back pain, I would put a 1 in the column, but if it was a medium level, I would put a 3 in the column. I experience it eaten frequently or very mildly. I experience it to a small degree, maybe a couple of times a week. I experience it 2 to 3 times a week. I experience it on a fairly regular basis. I experience this daily or fairly severely. To clarify on the form, if I have minimal back pain, for instance, 1, I would put a 1 in the column. If it was a medium level, I would put a 3 in the column. Well, I think you're overthinking it, but I mean, I appreciate your attention to detail. I guess it would be a 1 and a 3, so I think you're correct. Will balancing others affect our results? I usually run a couple of people daily. Yes, I mean, it will not. No, you can definitely work on all of your clients. There's just only so many things we can control. And I think it would be, nobody could do the study if we asked them to not, do their practice. So I really don't think that that's what's going to affect you. I think it's more significant when you're balancing yourself. Um, okay. So, wow. I don't know if you guys have any more questions, or if you, I'll just talk a little bit more, but I'll probably just close this down and it'll just be a short meeting for today, unless anybody has any questions. We did have a huge attendance for the first one. We basically told people they didn't need to come to the second meeting, but we just did want to provide a second meeting because a lot of people said they couldn't make that noon meeting. So that's the only reason that we did this. But if we don't have a lot of questions, we'll probably just sort of close it out for the day and let you guys go. But I'll just briefly show you that we have categories in pain. We have categories in sleep, or we have questions in sleep, pain, energy, digestion, where we have a lot of questions. And we have some questions in brain and focus. So it's pretty simple. We wanted to keep it as simple as possible. Just you answer the questions based on your severity. Hopefully we see these numbers come down. We're real curious to see what areas we see the numbers come down in. One thing that's been interesting was to see where the areas where people are really struggling, and when people have like a lot of fives, the different areas, and it gives us a lot of ideas about maybe some programs that we can provide to help people. All right, so okay, good questions here. Can you explain what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 section again? Is that the number of days each week we are recording? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is just 1 week. So 1 means I experience it infrequently or very mildly. 2 means I experience it to a small degree or maybe a couple times a week. So we want you to go through all of the questions, but if you don't experience it all, then just don't score it. There's no reason to score it. We can't really calculate a 0 anyway. So just don't answer it. If you don't have any back pain, then just leave it blank. Okay, so, is the study for people who have paid for a Genius Insight package? So Jennifer, it's the thing is that you need to have the Genius in order to balance yourself. So if somebody in your family, or you're able to borrow a Genius, then you certainly could utilize that, but you'd have to run the Genius in order to be able to have the benefit. You have to do this on a daily basis. We're not doing it today. We're not doing it for people who have a quantum capsule or anything like that, just the Genius. Now you could try the Genius for 2 weeks for free by going to geniusbiofeedback.com and going to start here. Get the 14-day trial. There's no credit card required. And then if you want to continue after the 14 days, you're welcome to do that if you do want to get a purchase, or you can even just pay for a subscription for a month or two, and then you don't have to go on from there. I mean, maybe you'll really get a lot out of it and you'll want to move on from there. So you're absolutely welcome to do that. And let's see. Will the email give instructions, and is the app self-guiding? Well, Ronald, I'm really glad that you're interested in being part of our Genius, research project, but the app is not self-guiding. You would need to know the basics of how to use the Genius before sort of embarking on this. So I'm not sure if you're just doing the trial, or, I mean, we welcome you with, open arms, but you probably would need some basic training about how to use the Genius. Do we only fill in one block each section? Do we only fill in one block for each section? Well, you can only answer, I have back pain. You can only answer 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. But we want you to go through every section and complete the whole questionnaire. Is there a recording where we can watch the first meeting? Yes, it is. It's on YouTube, and it's also on the page that I shared. So if you go to geniusbiofeedback.com, you can also find this page. We'll just scroll back here in the chat to the beginning. You may not have been here, but if you go to this page, this is our research project. And okay, I thought we sent this out in an email. So yeah, it is on YouTube. This is the short version. So this is the shorter, but if you go to my YouTube channel, you can find the extended version where people ask questions. So Ariel Policano on YouTube, or just click on this one. It'll take you to my YouTube channel. And then you can also watch the one that came right after that, which is the extended version where people ask questions. And if you scroll down here and you sign up, then you'll actually instantly get an email. And if you don't get an email right away, then send me a message, because I think the tags are kind of switched around. But you should get a message, an email right away. And the email will allow you to see the email that I sent out that has that recording, the full recording from last week. Okay, so for the final meeting at the end of the project, would you schedule well in advance? Sometimes I can't make things that are last minute. I'd really like to attend that meeting. Okay, Allison, we'll work on scheduling that a little bit more in advance. I completely understand that. Will the study group have a Facebook group to communicate in? Yes, we already have that, Ronald. We have something called Genius Biofeedback Connect. It's our community. It's our private community, similar to a Facebook group, and anybody can participate in that. And we've actually given, I think we're given or going to give that link. If you're in our Genius Biofeedback community now, everybody has public access within the community. So let's see, maybe we can bring that link up here in just a moment. Kind of work on that. And anybody can join, and you really, should take a moment to join our Genius Biofeedback community, whether you're a user or not, because we have lots of cool information. We have lots of tutorials to tell you about the Genius. So let's go ahead. We keep you posted. And of course, we'd love to get more participation in this community. But what we did is we created a special group within the community. And so you can join here. And I think it says the Genius Research Project. And so then we're posting in here a lot of the different uploads, like the questionnaire and things like that. So you can actually join that just by going here and joining our community. And then you have access. We have a lot of little mini groups and guides and free ebooks and things like that. I've used this questionnaire with a subscription client. It has been very helpful. By the way, she did have good results. Sherry, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, then the number to put in there, these ranges in severity or quantity per week. So yeah, so let me explain that again. You'll get one of these questionnaires, a fresh, brand new, spanking new, blank questionnaire every week, Sherry, and it'll come to your inbox. So it'll be completely blank. It won't be filled in, and then you'll fill it in all fresh. You fill in the entire questionnaire from top to bottom. If there's nothing to fill in, then just leave it blank. But we do want you to go through every question. So go through every single question and answer if it applies to you. If it doesn't, leave it blank. And then it should score everything, or we will score it for you. Make sure it has your name. But basically, it's a new questionnaire every week. So you don't keep this questionnaire for the 5 weeks or, for 5 times. You just answer once. And then what you're doing is you're putting whether you are a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, depending on this little key at the top. Okay. All right. If I put X on my questionnaire, do you want me to correct it or just wait for next week? So Tanya, yes, don't worry about it. We saw, it might've been you and a couple other people did it too. And it's all good because we didn't tell you in advance. So we did, we probably went to your questionnaire and we just turned it into numbers and calculated it accordingly. So you do not need to do it over, and we're really excited to have you as part of our group. Thank you. Okay, don't have any extra money to buy into the Genius, but would still like to be in the research. Do we have to have the, oh, I thought thought this was a different Mary, I guess. So yeah, we cannot, at this point, it's not really open. It's only for Genius users at this point. If you have a good friend who has the Genius and they'll let you borrow it every day. But other than that, there's no way we could have you to participate because you actually need to run Genius frequencies in order to do the study. But we welcome you, and maybe at some point it'll be people who are not Genius users, but I don't know how we would get you involved if you don't have the Genius. Maybe the Quanta capsule. We'll work on that for the future for sure. I couldn't directly return the questionnaire after filling it. So Pam, just send us an email and we'll explain how you do that. We tried to explain it in the instructions. You download it, you fill it in, and then you save as, and then you re-upload it. But Pam, if you're having problems, certainly can reach out to us and we'll be happy to help you. Can I send them as attachments? Yes, that's what we want you to do. Send it as an attachment. Okay, after the trial, how much is it? Our Genius programs start at $997, or you could do a monthly subscription for $97. $97 a month is not a purchase, but it does get you off the hook. So if you don't want it after 30 days, then you have no obligation. You could cancel it after 30 days. We also have $99 a month purchase programs, and we're having some really amazing specials at geniusbiofeedback.com, where we have some really legitimate price cuts on our Genius packages, $200, $300, and $500 off of our packages. You can go to geniusbiofeedback.com and click on the 4th of July specials. Okay, so how do we get to the sign-up forms? I opted to come in to this, the forms be automatically signed. So did you sign up? So Cookie, warm welcome to you. Did you sign up at this link that we see here? So did you sign up at the link? Make sure you sign up at the link. And if you don't automatically get an email after that, then please go ahead and send me a message. And it means we just have to change some tags to get you. You should automatically get a relay within a couple of minutes that sends you, that says, hey, welcome. Thank you for being a participant. Here are the forms to fill out. All right, so let's see what we've got here. Okay, fantastic. And see if there's any other questions here. Yeah, I mean, we you know, maybe this is not the time that you're going to participate in the program, but you could wait to find out what the results are going to be. You could download the trial and just use it for 2 weeks. You could download the trial and you could jump in and be part of the study and then decide if you want to continue. There's lots of options, but we've always been here and we've always offered the 14-day trial. And we always say, you know, just do the 14-day trial. There's no obligation. Like I've been doing this for 10 years and you know, we just want people to get the system when it's right. We don't want you to feel pressured. You know, you could also go to geniusbiofeedback.com and we have a practitioner page. So maybe you just want to go to a practitioner. Maybe you want to get a quantum capsule and work with a practitioner and find out more about it, what it's like to receive frequency. So if you go to geniusbiofeedback.com, I think it might be on the Learn menu. I'm going to check right now. And if you go to the Learn menu, we're just going to go through that process that we talked about so you can see the process in real time. And I'm going to follow the exact items on our sheet. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to just go through the exact items that are on our sheet right now in just a moment here. And if you go to geniusbiofeedback.com, where is, I just want to see where our practitioner website is. And let me just see. Is it on our Start Here menu? Practitioner directory. Okay, we got to work on this. So yeah, if you go to our Start Here menu, which allows you to download the 14-day trial, you can actually see right here, we have a practitioner directory. So let's go ahead to that. Practitioner directory right here. It takes you to the practitioner directory. There we go. And so actually you can just look for a practitioner on this list here. It's actually been growing quite a bit. We have a lot more people listed here. So there we go. All right, so there are our amazing practitioners. We have practitioners from all over the world that are listed here, so you can get in here and you can learn more about them. Okay, that's our practitioner site. Just want to mention that there is a glitch at the end of the second page. It's as energy, and then instead it starts on a separate page. Okay, Cecilia, we definitely want to look at that. And let me see. Energy. Just want to mention that there's a glitch at the end of the second page. The energy starts instead of a separate page. Oh, it wasn't meant to start on a separate page. So I don't know if that's a glitch. We were conserving paper. So energy starts here, and we were just assuming that you would be able to know that the energy sections started on the next page. I guess we should have said digestion continued and then energy continued. So that's good for future questionnaires. But yeah, let me just explain it again. When it says energy here, that's not meant to be a page break. It's just to go to the next section. If anybody doesn't understand which section that they're in and when to total it, you could get in touch with us and we can help you with that. But then the next two, the top two questions repeat on the next page. Oh, that's a good catch. Shoot. Oh, thank you very much. I actually didn't catch that. And nobody has said anything since then. So that's good, Cecilia. Thank you. We already started, so everybody's already scored it. See, that's why it's good that we're starting again we have another one going out right before we start. So since we have time, we may be able to rescind those questions. Good catch. Thank you very much. If anybody else sees not questions that have been reworded, but questions that have been repeated, then absolutely let us know. And we'll kind of figure out how we need to amend that. It's only 2 questions, so it's not that significant. Okay, I checked the link you provided, confirm the subscription, waiting for the forms to be sent, not here yet. Okie dokie, thank you very much. We're going to figure out what we need to do there. Okay, so can I send them as attachments? All right, so let's just look at the form that we're doing here and the process instructions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show people wanted to know the frequency, shape, and form. So I'm going to show the frequency, shape, and form. And you can check this yourself. Are you on the default tone generator? Okay. Are you on default for the wave pattern power intensity? Are you on, so for ambient soundscapes, we're going to choose our chimes and bells. And then for our binaural beats, we're going to choose inner bliss and harmony. It says bless, but it's inner bliss. And then for the waveform, we're going to choose alternating. Okay, so people wanted to know what should they do for this. So we lined it out. We described it exactly as it would be. Then you go back here and then you just go through just as it says, you just go through this. Today's stress. We're going to do reds and blues, and we're going to use our bulk drag drop items. We're going to choose those. Then we're going to do the blue. Then we're going to go to our organs. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to choose our reds and our blues. And then we're going to go to our glands. And we're going to choose our reds and our blues. Then we're going to go to our spinal energy. And we're going to choose our reds and blues. So you see, it goes very fast. We're going to go to meridians. And we're going to choose our reds and blues. So really, it's pretty easy to learn this and to do this. Meridians. Wow, somebody's really low in meridians. So we got our blues because there's no red, so you don't do anything else. Then we've got our solfeggio tones. And we're going to do our reds and our blues. And we're going to do digestion. Reds and blues. And we're going to do flower essences. Reds and blues. And so we just get all the reds and blues. So we only have 26 or 30 items in the tray there. So it's pretty simple. That's why when we mix all of this up, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to balance all. We're not going to just choose the high items just to make it super simple. So we're going to choose all the high items, and then we're going to not do 30 minutes or 1 minute. We're going to do 15 minutes. And then you just leave the balancing there and you're done. you're done and ready to go. So it's very, very simple. All right. Okay, so I think we probably answered everybody's questions. And thank you, Cecilia. If you see anything else, you can let me know. We tried to do this, just get it set up, get it going. And of course, we're going to hit a glitch here or there. So we'll get that corrected. And then we'll make adjustments as we need to. Well, we're very excited to bring the results to you and talk about what happened during the study. We'd love it for you to participate. You still have time. If you couldn't find what you were looking for, send me a message, Ariel@geniusbiofeedback.com. But time is running out, and we literally are going to close the study completely for anybody to participate after the 2nd of July. So I hope you'll join as soon as possible. And any final questions before we go? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know where to find stuff? Any final questions before we break for the evening? And I really appreciate you hanging out and trying this. And I hope you'll be a part of the study and also follow the results. That's it. Oh, all right. Let's see. How many people have signed up? We don't have the final numbers yet. We've had 300 people come to the Zooms and be interested. And we still have people who are responding with their intake form. But of course, by the time the study gets started, and Cookie says she got the forms, that's awesome, then we'll let you know, this amount of people did the study and this amount of people, finished the study, and we'll let you know all of those details. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for being part of our Genius community, and thank you for attending today, and I hope to see you real soon. Thank you. Good night for now.